Heading into the Auto Club Speedway after what's considered the most controversial finish in FORL Cup Series history, it's bound to be an exciting event. 100 laps in Fontana. Two of PBR's most successful FORL Cup Series drivers battled for the win last week, and tonight in the Paintbrush54 200, a celebration of one of our major partners in paintbrush racing, we will see whether or not the tempers flare once again as the sun begins to set across the Californian side. I'll tell you this much, the sun setting, the sky becoming darker, but the racing only just begun, qualifying on the move with 7 minutes remaining on the board, and right now it looks like 15 drivers have taken the time as things get started here in Fontana. Thank you all for stopping by, getting this stream started. As always, I'm your host for tonight's broadcast, David Kreutz. The show here in the 2-mile SuperSpeedway of Auto Club Speedway going to be very memorable. Coming off one of those finishes you can't forget in racing. It was beating and banging to the end at the Magic Mile and at Gateway too. And coming off of that race in Gateway tonight is sure to be something special. And now Joseph Lewis going to work his way down to the pit entry. Looks like Chance Parker in a similar spot as he comes through turns 3 and 4 this time by. He'll look to make his final time lap worth the while. Coming down to the stripe this time by about 0.3 of a second slower than his lap beforehand, so he won't gain this time through. However, he'll still be inside the top dozen when things get started here tonight. Now, when we go through the entirety of the running order, most drivers have taken times. One driver who's not is Max Molina. So Molina on the frame right now, how's about we take a lap on board in qualifying with your defending race winner? And with Max Molina working the high side right now, the number 45 machine, defending series champion and a defending winner. The race at Gateway we saw just a week ago in St. Louis came down to the wire between him and his PBR teammate Sean Rowe, beating and banging all the way to the line, but the 45 was the man who got the edge. He's looking to go 2 for 2 tonight, and he says momentum could keep him going. As we see, he's now going to find himself finishing his first time lap down to the apron this time through, and for Max Molina, a 40.923 will put him inside the top 10, but only just. It looks like it'll be an invalidated lap as a matter of fact, so he'll have to go once again to try to get anything down. Does not make it stick that time by. This is the lap that counts. The only driver on the racing circuit taking a time is the number 45, and as he works his way down the backstretch, he's looking for just a bit more than what he got just the lap prior. 0.3 of a second quicker as we speak. This might be good enough for the pole position. Going from the second groove all the way up to the top side of the track, he'll use that momentum, take it down to the wire, and for Max Molina, coming out of corner number 4, looks like it's going to be a 40.715. Good for 7th. Lost a bit there in the final sector, so he'll fade back just outside the top 5, but the rest of the drivers here in the session have not taken a lap. Only driver on the track right now is Michael Deitch, and he's 15th on the running order with 3 minutes and 50 seconds remaining. So qualifying all of a sudden is at a standstill here, and it looks like things have changed already. Starting grid going to be on your screen momentarily as many drivers opting not to take a qualifying lap. However, more than 15 times have been taken, which means most of our grid will be ready to go once the green flag falls. Deitch gets back on his way, looks like practicing pit entry there, so he'll be the backdrop for tonight's starting grid, as it looks like tonight we might have ourselves another great battle. High speed, close racing, that's what Auto Club Speedway has always been known for, and tonight we expect more of the same. But to get to that, you got to get through the starting grid. So without further ado, let's get into it. This is your starting grid for the Paintbrush54 200 here at the Auto Club Speedway. Going to be Sean Rowe looking to get redemption. He did not make it the victory lane last week. Tonight's going to be his chance to get himself back up there. After a fierce battle a week ago, Sean Rowe will start first with a 40.574. Then going to be Jackson Carr in second with a 40.617, and it's Andrew Cootie third spot on the order with a 52nd lap. Take it down 10 seconds. 40.626. 5,000ths of a second behind him. It's going to be Jacob Wilkerson in the fourth spot. Anthony Trippi's going to be fifth with a 40.651. And Matthew Brower returning to the FORL scene. Number 73 machine there with a 40.654. First appearance of the year. Going to be Max Molina in seventh with a 40.715. Alex Jones going to be back in the 045 tonight with a 40.723. Kenny Reel finds himself inside the top 10. Ninth spot for the 11. Row 5 inside line with a 40.802. And Henry Caloff rounds out the top 10 just 0.02 of a second behind. Ethan Workman put up a fantastic run last week in Gateway, looking to get back up there again. 40.827 puts him in 11th next to Dustin Pickle in 12th. And Joseph Lewis with a 40.863 is 13th. Then Chance Parker, 14th on the order, going to be outside of row number 7, just ahead of Michael Deitch, and he's in 15th with Kyle Freeman next to him, 16th spot, your Season 1 champion. Caden Bailey going to be back for the second time this season. Number 60 machine going to be scored in the 17th spot with Xander Prestige 18th, Dylan Post 19th, and Joey Stone rounding out the top 20 as we speak. But from there, we got many drivers still not taking times. Ross Corlett going to be in the 91 machine with Brandon Rismo in the 95. Going to be Hunter Bogdan in the 00, James Thurston in the number 4, and Jason Beckman in the 14. Bryce Hamrick as your race control, and Alexander Balderas returning for the first time since Daytona, looking to get back up to the front of the field at yet another fast track. And that is your starting grid as it stands for the Paintbrush54 200 here in the Auto Club Speedway. Michael Deitch still taking laps here, and as things get on their way, the National Guard number 57 in just a few moments time will disappear from your screens as the driver gets set for one formation lap, and from there 100 laps in Auto Club. Gonna be another exciting show from the 2-mile super speedway type circuit. While these drivers are not going to be experiencing full plate racing, it's going to be high speeds of over 175 miles an hour all throughout the track. With so much room, especially down the front and back stretch, there's many options for how you can make your passes. Every lane has momentum, and right now it looks like that's what Michael Deitch is trying to check out. However, his time will run out and the sun will continue to set over the track. Now, with the race session all loaded up, Sean Rowe and the starting grid behind him will come onto the screen and get ready to roll in just a few minutes' time. And the chat already active tonight. We got Aidkit in the chat going for Alex Jones. Fisher Studios discussing his brand new series, NERS, coming soon in September. Zach Todger, unfortunately not able to make tonight's event as the owner of Paintbrush Racing. However, he's here looking on as Zach Todger will say that Jackson Carr's on the 54 tonight. On our end, he is in the 55 on timing and scoring. But as you can see, Jackson Carr up in front, looking to get it done for the boss man and Burnt Rubber Racing Warehouse. Accepting this also in the chat, let's go PBR. They've been strong this season. Jacob Wilkerson, Sean Rowe, Max Molina, Jackson Carr too, all of which looking to get things started from the front of the field, from the start of the race onward. And Lander Tauro looking for the Hub Motorsports Group to get it done here tonight. Fisher Studios rooting for River Page. Page going to be starting 20th position tonight, and coming off of broadcasting the FORL Truck Series, he's here racing tonight with the heart of the FORL field in the Premier Series. Jackson Carr going to be second on the order. Number 99 machine. First man is Sean Rowe. He'll lead them through as the pace car rolls off this time by. And And the lights are now off on the pace car, getting ready to go at it. It's going to be Jackson Carr's number 55 up in the front. I think we got Joaquin Stewart in the chat right now saying there's brand new paint schemes in the order. So we're going to take a look and get that fixed up as we speak. Refreshing paint schemes to get stuff going on, as we've got brand new schemes for many drivers entering tonight. Tonight's a patriotic night for all the drivers in the field. Red, white, and blue aplenty, and you'll see that in Andrew Coody's number 9. Looking at him right now, just behind in the second row. He's got it going on, and so does Sean Rowe. And as the field rolls off tonight, 100 laps of racing from the Auto Club Speedway. So let's give you the FTN race rundown before things get on their way. 100 laps, 200 miles in the Auto Club Speedway, as we mentioned, with the NASCAR Cup Series Next-Gen machines lining up from the front to the back. Camrys, Camaros, and Mustangs. It's a nighttime race with the sun setting already, and your defending winner is Max Molina, coming hot off the heels of a fierce battle in Gateway, looking to go back to victory lane tonight. We'll see whether or not he can get it done. Could be an upset victory for another driver like Sean Rowe, looking for revenge and redemption all at once. Fontana, California, playing host to tonight's race. While it is set for reconfiguration next year, tonight we'll see it back in its 2-mile form one final time. Been open since 1997. The 2-mile track, very similar to Northeast Michigan Speedway. However, down west, things are a little different, and we're sure to get a special show here in California. Going to be the 99 down to the bottom side. Going to be the number 54 on the top. And as things get ready to rumble here in Fontana, the green flag will fly in the Paintbrush 54 200. Rowe leads the way with his teammates not too far behind. And coming out of the final corner, still your race leader, that's going to be Sean Rowe, leading lap number 1. Not too far behind, going to be Jacob Wilkerson. As you can see, now Matthew Brower works up to the high side, and the number 73 looking to get to work on that top, using momentum. Most drivers trying to use the bottom grooves to get things going. Brandon Rismiller going to be middle of the field right now as they all come through. One driver in the wall, that's Joseph Lewis, and Lewis is stuck there as the field moves by. Balderas going to be able to save it, nearly spins, but the caution will fly all the same. Joseph Lewis gonna bring out the first yellow flag, and just like that, we're back under pacing. Trouble for the number 28 machine will start the race on a slow note. Caution flies immediately after we get the race on the way. And for Joseph Lewis, 26 on the board now as we take an FTN instant replay. And you'll see him in the middle of the pack, gets caught up with Alex Jones, forced into the wall there. Looks like Alexander Balderas loose off 2, barely able to slide away from the wreck. Lewis gets the worst of it. Rest of the drivers, for the most part, are off scot-free. A huge save for Balderas in the 095 machine, and we'll have to take a look back and find out how he did it. Looked like he was almost out of control when we're looking back on that replay. Taking a look on back 30 seconds ago for Alexander Balderas, and you can see 5th gear going through, top speed, gets the signal, gets it all worked over. Thankfully able to keep it together. Nice save for Balderas, and just like that, he'll keep going in 20th position. He still has a chance to keep on racing as the 3rd lap is now on its way. Up at the head of the field, Jacob Wilkerson out in front, Sean Rowe going to be in 2nd, and Matthew Brower going to be in 3rd to round out the podium as we speak in what's been a chaotic day so far for iRacing. Just a few hours ago, iRacing logins not working, neither were iRacing's authentication system. Right now, looks like Trading Paint's giving us a bit of trouble with some drivers not showing the proper paint scheme. Alex Jones down at pit road. Michael Deitch is not. It's going to be Jones, Joseph Lewis, and it looked like James Thurston going to fake to go to pit road. He stays out on the track as Wilkerson still leads the way. Right now, it's a PBR 1, 2, 4, 5. And just like that, Matthew Brower's the man who splits it in the middle. He's got the most second-place finishes without a win in FORL Cup Series history. Racked up multiple last season. And it looks like he's back again chasing a victory, already in the 3rd spot. And he picks it back off right where he left off. So still as competitive as ever as the choose rules in effect. Wilkerson down low, Sean Rowe going to be up high. 4 laps in, we're set to go back green at lap 6. Pace lights are still on, they're set to go off next lap. Michael Deitch, the final man of the pack as we speak, in the number 57. Then you'll have to see Joseph Lewis's 28, and then Alex Jones, number 045. Jones is on pit road, he got the most damage besides Lewis. And it looks like with Joseph back on the way, only one driver set to go 1 lap down. Michael Deitch representing a brand new look with the National Guard. It's a throwback to Casey Mears and his 2007 Coke 600 win. And that's been over 15 years ago. Unbelievable to think about it. Casey Mears, of course, drove in the Hendrick number 25 at that time. Now Michael Deitch, same paint scheme, different number, representing the National Guard in the camouflage colors, all the same. Coming down to the stripe, it's going to be led by Wilkerson, and the most dominant man of the season so far has them all behind him as they come through 1 lap to green in this caution. And with the number 99 right up high, you'll see it's Sean Rowe who is in 3rd, and looking right behind, it's Max Molina, who's now down on the inside of row number 2. Just a position apart, these 2 drivers are, and after such a close battle for the win that got rough last week, might see something from both of these drivers, a bit more aggression than usual. Sean Rowe is not happy with the way he was raced at the end of Gateway. Now he's looking for a win in his own right to break his dry spell. Molina, at that time, had not won since season 2. Now, with no losing streak in mind, he might have a chance to let Sean Rowe go a bit more, because he was, as we heard in the interview, much more concerned about getting back in the win column than, of course, getting involved in a risky situation. Now, Jacob Wilkerson up in front, the number 43 machine, looking to lead him down to the green once again. Top 5 consists of Wilkerson, Sean Rowe, Matthew Brower, Max Molina, and then Andrew Cootie there in 5th. It's red, white, and blue with Molina, Cootie, Rismiller, Workman, and Anthony Trippi all sporting patriotic paint schemes tonight. And as they come down to the stripe, most of your field is still with us. Now, he'll be ready to go back racing again. First restart of the night here in Auto Club, led by Jacob Wilkerson. The green flag is back out at lap number 6. Wilkerson takes a firm lead out of the corner number 2. Andrew Cootie now going to be way loose and now taps into Brandon Rismiller. Rismiller going to go around. He's going to fade to the back of the field. No caution going to fly, but the number 95 loses an awful lot of time immediately. Cootie's down to 17th, and we've got ourselves our first green flag incident of the day. Andrew Cootie involved with Brandon Rismiller as we're going to take it back and get our 30-second instant replay. Looking back throughout the field, you can see Cootie up on the high side, Rismiller down low, and it looks like Cootie trying to go down to the bottom side but gets loose, taps to number 95 and sends him down. That's going to be a hard hit for Brandon Rismiller. Loses all that track position, thankfully no other major damage. Going to fade back to 26th as we speak, and as we take it live, he still finds himself in the back, while Andrew Cootie avoids a wreck with Hunter Bogdan, and another incident, River Page involved, so is Joseph Lewis again, and the yellow flag flies for the 2nd time immediately after the 1st. And with the caution back out yet again, 7th lap of the day, 2nd caution flies just like that. Hunter Bogdan going to be involved in this one, and it looks like drivers in the back of the field, including Lewis and Page, are too. Bogdan, having damage at this point, was behind River Page, and Page is where this wreck begins. Taking it back immediately, he's going to show you the 24 comes up onto the high side of the track, makes contact there, then hits Dustin Pickle and takes out Hunter Bogdan. Huge hit there, involved with what looked to be the Dylan Poss machine, the number 12. And as Poss takes it down to the bottom side, River Page has been disconnected from the session. Looks like forcefully. So your first retiree going to be kicked out of the session. River Page done just like that. And from broadcasting on Monday, not too much success today. We'll take it back to the live feed right now with Sean Rowe leading 8 laps in. Bogdan has some damage on the front end, and it is substantial. He'll have to go down to pit road if he wants any chance of getting it back in action. And now we've found our first retiree, and it looks like pit road's still going to stay empty right now. The driver's not going to risk it. So the number 99 machine stays out in front, not too far behind. You got Matthew Brower in tow, Jacob Wilkerson in third, and then Max Molina there in fourth. Top 5 getting rounded out by Ethan Workman here as the top 2 drivers go right past the pace car. Looks like they're going to be side by side with one another before the racing gets on its way. Down to pit road this time through, Chance Parker, looks like Jackson Carr, and alongside them, Dylan Poss, and once more, looks like Joseph Lewis. So Lewis going to be back on pit road. Dylan Poss misses his pit stall under yellow. Thankfully, it is only yellow, so you don't lose all too much time at the back of the field. Dustin Pickle now 1 lap down on pit road 2, so some trouble brewing already as 9 laps in, Sean Rowe still has the advantage. Choose rule in effect once again, and it looks like he will choose to go down low. Matthew Brower up high, and it looks like from there, up and down, that's the pattern. Most drivers going to choose down to the bottom if they have a preference. Others going to stay up high to get some spots. Now, double file the field is again. Notably, you'll see drivers in the top 10 now, such as Alexander Balderas, Caden Bailey, and Anthony Trippi. Trippi putting up another strong run, even though he has some damage on the front end, but it is not major. As you take a close-up drone view of the number 84, the Prime Energy machine may be losing some energy in the engine, because that is a front-end damage, and any front-end damage could become substantial. If the motor blows, that is your night. No fast repairs. You don't want to risk it. All the same, out of corner number 4 this time by, it is going to be Sean Rowe still leading, then Matthew Brower in second. He'll be going back green at lap number 11, so we had the same amount of green flag time the first caution as we did before the second. Hopefully now the green flag racing can get back into full swing as the number 99 surely wants to break away from the pack and get this one for himself. And laps through out of 100. Second caution going to lead to your second restart in just a moment's notice. Looking back throughout the field, Caden Bailey right now, as we mentioned, the number 60 machine, not the best run for him to return to the FORL Cup Series after a season's absence just 1 week ago. Involved with an incident under yellow, Ethan Workman, he had some contact with as a lap machine, but right now looking consistent, and he's up there on pace inside the top 10 in front of drivers such as Andrew Cootie, Joey Stone, and Chance Parker, Jackson Carr as well. So some front runners going to be caught up in the back of the field right now, and it right now seems like Caden Bailey taking advantage quite well, keeping himself there in the 9th spot. It's going to be Balderas, the final man in the top 10, and Kenny Reel in 11th, with Joey Stone scored in the 12th position just beside him in the red, white, and blue kick streaming machine. Different look from the green and black as we've seen for the majority of the season. Now, get ready to go at it again. A bit of blinking, middle of the field. That's going to be Sean Rowe. And now, get to it once more. The iRacing official pace car will go down to pit road and let the drivers do their thing once again. Second restart of the event, and the sun is all but down this time by. Now, we can get to the nighttime racing here in Auto Club Speedway. Green flag flies, restart number 2. The field is side by side at the front. You'll see now going to be 3 wide if Matthew Brower can force the issue, and that he's going to try to. Brower going to be down to the bottom side trying to make it 3 wide early. He's got a shot to go for it, and that he does. Now he'll take it down to the bottom side for the race lead, and the Tavares Arts machine, he's not playing around tonight. He wants that win, and he wants it now. Brower going to be down to the bottom even still. Jacob Wilkerson up high, and at the stripe, it's going to be just barely Wilkerson leading. Then you'll see the number 73 slot in just a spot before Matthew Brower. Now it's going to be Max Molina going right ahead of Brower. James Thurston in there as well. Now it's going to be Thurston fighting side by side with Sean Rowe, Ethan Workman, and Henry Kaloff in the mix as well, as Balderas has climbed up to the 8th spot on the running order. Now the 095 machine looking competitive as well. We'll see how much more he can hold on to it. Now the field beginning to get thinned out. All at the front of the field, you'll see Wilkerson, then the rest. It's going to become Matthew Brower fighting for the 2nd spot yet again. Looking behind them, you'll see Molina and Thurston, Sean Rowe too, but your top 2 are beginning to break away, trying to carve a path out of the madness that is the middle of the field. Now it's going to be Henry Kaloff side by side with Sean Rowe. Minor contact, but nothing that's going to be dangerous for both drivers. They keep it going. BT Racing going to be rooting for Hunter Bogdan tonight. Bogdan right now scored inside the top 20. Going to fade back to 21st immediately thereafter, fighting side by side with Kyle Freeman. Right now it's going to be Alexander Balderas on the high side of Henry Kaloff. Both drivers working with one another to try and get ahead of Ethan Workman. But Workman stays there with the leaders as Matthew Brower barely leads that lap by 7 thousandths of a second. Just able to get it done over Jacob Wilkerson. Green flag run going to be in effect right now. So as you look at your race leaders, bottom right of your screen, it will show you the FTN battle camera. And you'll see now all the drivers who are fighting in the middle of the field, namely the battle between Alexander Balderas and Ethan Workman. 73 of Brower going to be able to take the lead. Wilkerson going to be there in 2nd, and James Thurston is now going to be in 3rd, working down to the bottom of the racing circuit once again. He's got Wilkerson just on top of him. Equal at the line. It looks like a minor advantage to Wilkerson. He'll take that draft from your leader and use it quite well. Down to the bottom, Wilkerson going to be able to lunge it through, looking at the battle once again on the bottom right of your screen. Now Henry Kaloff trying to involve himself more to the picture in the same picture. The FTN battle camera gives you all the insider access that we have here in the studios. Multiple cameras showing you multiple pieces of racing. And right now, Jacob Wilkerson able to push his number 43 Camry to get just ahead of James Thurston. Thurston's going to wash up high just a bit more, and it looks like the number 4 machine now caught in a bind. He's got Sean Rose on the high side going down low, now merging right back with them, and the front of the field trying to get themselves separate. They're all close to one another, so close that we'll see double file for lead, maybe 3 wide, Thurston up high, Wilkerson down low, Brower going to be in the middle, and the 73 maintains his advantage. Very close call that time through, but it looks like he'll stay up in front. Now Thurston locked up on the high side again. He's got Sean Rowe on the bottom trying to make things work, and it looks like now he'll have a bit of a good opportunity. Up to the high side, it's going to be the 99 going at it. He's got himself there. Nice move for Sean Rowe. 3rd place, he's made it up there. Matthew Brower going to be there in 2nd, side by side with the number 43 of Jacob Wilkerson yet again. Now Thurston's going to dive down to the bottom side as the caution flies, and the yellow going to bring the racing to a halt. Incident involves Michael Deitch, Dylan Poss, and Alex Jones. Jones looks to get the worst hits. And as the caution will fly, take a look at what just happened. Alex Jones going to be there in the 045 machine. Michael Deitch going to move right ahead of him and get loose, correct back in. That's going to take multiple drivers out. Ross Corlett gets tagged, but Alex Jones gets the worst of it. And he's going to get hit huge by Dylan Poss in the grass. And the number 12 machine surely does not expect that to happen. Alex Jones comes down to the infield, and the number 12 meets them there. Huge hit. We'll try to take a look in the onboard of your number 12 Ford Mustang. And with Dylan Poss Seeing the second yellow of the day come out, he'll drive down to the apron to try to avoid it, drive even further into the grass. He's going to put it down. He does not hit the brakes at all. And it's a huge bit of contact. That's going to ruin Alex Jones in his race. I don't think there's any way to recover from that moment, as now, number 12 machine going to be involved with some major front-end damage. It's a T-bone incident down to the apron as Alex Jones, Ross Corlett, and Dylan Paz find themselves collected in this wreck. Taking it back to the live feed, Jacob Wilkerson still leads the way. He was your leader at the scoring loop. Matthew Brower still right there with them at the lap 19 marker, which we're heading to this time around. It's going to be Wilkerson up ahead, Matthew Brower second, and Ethan Workman third as drivers begin to come down to pit road. We'll monitor the action on pit road on the bottom right of your screen. Now Ethan Workman going to stay out. Looks like it's going to be the number 73 of Kaloff there too. Your front runners stay out as well. It's now going to be Jacob Wilkerson, Matthew Brower, Ethan Workman, Alexander Balderas, Max Molina, your top 5 drivers as we head to lap 20 next time by. And looking at the front of the field yet again, the number 43 has the edge, and he's had it with Matthew Brower all the way through this race so far. They've been the class of the field, working off each other quite well with the draft. Now we got drivers who haven't been all too experienced with the front of the field, namely Workman and Balderas. Of course, Ethan Workman having a strong one just a week ago in terms of performance. But Alexander Balderas coming back after a hiatus that's been ever since the season opener in Daytona. So he's missed quite a bit of racing. Maybe a bit too much to say whether or not he'll hang on here. Hayden Bailey going to be in 5th. They're both playing the same strategic game as now Sean Rowe, Chance Parker, Henry Kaloff, Andrew Cootie, and James Thurston. They all went down to pit road together here, getting their first set of Goodyear rubber. Early in the going might be the game plan here to stretch until the race is over. Jacob Wilkerson still has the lead. Looks like most drivers still on their original 19-lap set of tire. Going back to Xander Prestige, who is in 13th. Joseph Lewis with a new set of tire, but not a brand new set. Only 10 laps on his. It looks like he finds himself in the 12th spot as we speak. The field will come down to the line once again. 1 lap to green this time through. It's going to be led by Jacob Wilkerson. Ethan Workman going to be there in 2nd. And Matthew Brower still within the podium in 3rd. Alexander Balderas going to be up there on the high side, scored in 4th. Hayden Bailey, Max Molina, Jackson Carr, and Joey Stone, your first 4 rows here in the Paintbrush54 200. And for Zach Todriff, team owner of Paintbrush Racing, looking on to see the success of his team. They're all up in the front of the field. Workman, of course, one of the Camrys up there as well. He's right beside the number 43 of Jacob Wilkerson. Wilkerson for PBR leads the race. The, of course, defending champion Max Molina is in 6th. Jackson Carr now going to be in the 7th spot. And even from there on out, you got drivers like Sean Rowe still inside the top 15, waiting to pounce late in the going. Right now, only 20 laps in. There's a lot of strategy to see until the race ends. Workman, he's knowing it. He'll try to hold on, though, with the leaders who have stayed up here since the very beginning. 20 laps, set to go to lap number 21 this time by. It's Wilkerson, Workman, Brower, and Balderas as the race gets back on its way with restart number 3. River Page is back in the session, 10 laps down. Dustin Pickle going to be 25th, 5 laps down, with Alex Jones 3 laps down. And Dylan Paz going to be there, 23rd. He's retired from the session. Getting on our way this time through, Jacob Wilkerson going to lead the way with the 3rd restart of the night. Lap 21 going to be on the groove. We get back on the way. Jacob Wilkerson leads from Brower, Workman, and Balderas. Even still, same top 4, but your leader able to get a sizable margin up in front of the pack. Then from there on out, you'll see drivers such as Caden Bailey still hanging on. He's got Kenny Reel and Joey Stone battling wheel to wheel. Reel's going to go way up high there, one on the wall. That's going to be Max Molina, but he stays right behind Alexander Balderas that time through as they head to lap number 22. Now single file for the first 7 drivers, but from there on out, it is a hornet's nest aggression seen all throughout the field. Jacob Wilkerson trying to get away from it as we saw Anthony Trippi, a lap machine 2 laps down, heading off of pit road. Now they're going to come up on River Page, and Page comes to block the high side of the track. They'll have to get by the lapper immediately. They'll make the move down to the bottom. Page going to stay up high. So 12 laps down, River Page not going to interfere with competition. In a blue machine tonight, looks like a much different scheme for him, if any, as Balderas gets locked in the wall with River Page. Both drivers with one another there, and it looks like the 95 loses some time to Max Molina thanks to interference there for the lapper of River Page. Alexander Balderas not going to be happy about that one, but even still, he'll race 3 wide as they head side by side through turns 1 and 2. Number 095 machine still there with Molina, and as they head off the exit of 2 and down that stretch, looks like he's once again ahead of River Page, but only just. Now Page and Joey Stone side by side. Lapper going to be involved with a big portion of the pack up in front. Jacob Wilkerson has that race lead, and as we take a look at your FTN battle camera, we'll show you even more of the action all throughout the field in depth. Now looking on the bottom right of your screen, you'll see Kyle Freeman battling with Kenny Reel, as the main screen will show you Jacob Wilkerson and Matthew Brower going at it at the front of the pack. Wilkerson going to be first, Matthew Brower going to be second, and Ethan Workman still right on their tails. He's going to be in third, still right with your front runners. And as we ride on board here with Ethan Workman, number 23 machine, looking to work down to the bottom side that time through, takes the advice, or sort of takes the line of the leaders, trying to mimic their style to get another good lap out of his number 23. He stays right behind Brower as they try to cut the draft. Go down to the bottom with the both of your drivers just ahead as they come to turns 1 and 2. Lap number 25, just about a quarter of the way through the race. Workman trying to keep himself in contention for the entirety of this event. Kenny Reel now going to be side by side yet again, this time with James Thurston, as we see the leaders go side by side. Wilkerson trying to fend off Matthew Brower, but it does not work, as now Brower's got the bottom side and he's got it to himself. Going to be Matthew Brower on the bottom, taking that lunge, but it does not take the lead. Now it's going to be Ethan Workman working with the number 43, and the PBR drivers of both Jackson Carr and Max Molina. They're going to try to work with one another to get in the mix and maybe help out their teammate who currently occupies the top spot on the leaderboard. Balderas going to be just behind the leading pack. He's got Sean Rowe and Joey Stone going at it right now, and for Sean Rowe, still a little more time to make up as he finds himself going from the back of the field all the way to the front. He's bringing James Thurston too. Don't forget that Thurston pit only 7 laps prior to this one, and he's been out there on a newer set of tire in the same vein as Sean Rowe, so maybe now he'll have the opportunity to make something stick. Go for the race lead himself. He finds himself still about a second behind the Sean Rowe machine. Maybe there's going to be enough draft. Maybe something happens up in front. Right now, they're back again, mainly single file, with Balderas and Matthew Brower trying to make it work on the inside groove. Going to be Brower on the bottom side and Max Molina there in the middle, and it looks like now Molina works up top with Jackson Carr taking that spot in between the both of them. Now Joey Stone going to be inside the top 5, and as Stone goes forward, he's got the number 99 on his quarter panel. They're going to come through turn 3 and 4 all the same. Riding on board momentarily with Joey Stone will show you he's got a big load of momentum, trying to get up to Jackson Carr yet again. And it looks like the Tavares starts 73, now blocking him off from the inside line. Bumper to bumper, they're locked up with one another, and the number 55 with a Blues Cruise reference on the rear bumper there gets pushed off to the front of the field yet again. Bumping back and forth, that's the way things are up into the front of the field right now. Aggression, while control is evident. 43 Machine's got the advantage with Ethan Workman still working just behind, and Molina now sees his teammate drop it down to the bottom side as the number 095 of Alexander Balderas goes down to the bottom side to try to pass Joey Stone yet again. They come by to the stripe. It's going to be Jacob Wilkerson still with the advantage, then Ethan Workman in second, Max Molina in third, and Jackson Carr there in fourth. Matthew Brown are going to be just ahead now, Balderas and Joey Stone, as they continue to work with one another side by side, and it looks like James Thurston has cut the distance in half that time by him. His 40.397 was the fastest lap ran on the track by any driver, no matter their position. He is clearly quicker than the majority of the field, and he's coming very quickly. Thurston right now showing them who's got the stuff as the number 4 machine finds himself just outside the main pack. Balderas going to take a tag to the number 73. Now Matthew Brower going to have to save it through the grass. Fantastic save, and it looks like Brower's still going to be inside the top 10. Now he'll fade out of it, but what a move from the 73. Matthew Brower keeps himself together, does not lose his composure as he gets tagged by Alexander Balderas there. Take a look as we go back to the instant replay here on FTN and show you what just happened at half speed. Bottom right battle camera will show you the live action as we go to this instant replay. And looks like Brower has a checkup from Jackson Carr, then gets hit from Balderas, and the combination, the chain reaction, brings them both very slow, and it will take the 73 from the front of the field almost to the back, able to save it and wheel it out of the grass. He'll find himself now occupying the 15th position, and the number 73 now going to be split through the middle and fades back behind the second pack, just barely keeping touch with Ross Corlett. We send it back to the live feed. Matthew Brower with a fantastic move to keep himself going as River Page spins. Page, the lapper, goes around, and the yellow flag is due to fly with a blistering hit. And just like that, River Page involved with the yellow flag, number 4, and at lap number 31, find ourselves under caution yet again. And a huge hit for River Page as he goes around there. We'll take a look at why that happened. Just coming back after a fantastic save from Matthew Brower, it looks like Page comes up to the high side of the track, tries to clear Chance Parker. They make contact, quarter panel to quarter panel. Just like that, the 24 goes around with a blistering hit from Hunter Bogdan. This will send him down to the apron, but luckily for him, does not hit the inside barrier, then makes contact with Chance Parker on the way out. Parker, major contact with River Page. Will ride on board and see his perspective in this incident as we take it 30 further seconds back. And riding on board with the number 42 machine, Page going to try to come up and clear. Does not work. Just like that, we'll take a look with Hunter Bogdan. As Bogdan not able to avoid it in time, heads down to the apron, and his 00 is destroyed. Looks like suspension might be gone on the right front. Bangs the number 42 immediately thereafter. He's in trouble, that's for certain. And the 4th yellow flag sees a brutal hit with the lap machine. River Page going down and around. As we head back to the live feed, Parker going to be on pit road. Most of your field is led by Jacob Wilkerson. And now pit road going to be a big race, as the pit exit camera already going to show you Wilkerson making his move in. James Thurston, Henry Kaloff, they're the only 2 drivers that stay out. Just like that, the race off pit road begins for the first time tonight. 4 tires and fuel, the expected load for all drivers trying to get a new set of rubber. 1 driver going to be going around at full speed, and that appears to be Dustin Pickle. Wilkerson there in frame, but as they come around this time by, the winner off pit road still going to be the number 43. It's going to be Wilkerson, then Molina, then Joey Stone, then Ethan Workman, followed by Jackson Carr, Sean Rowe, Alexander Balderas, and Michael Deitch, with then Kyle Freeman 11th, Aiden Bailey 12th, Kenny Real 13th, Brandon Rismiller 14th, and Joseph Lewis in 15th. Every driver making their way out. Just a moment's notice, fastest pit stop on this run looks to be from Jacob Wilkerson with 43.8, only to be outdone just barely by his teammate Sean Rowe with a 43.6 second pit stop. Has the fastest of anyone on this run. He's going to be there quicker by 0.2 of a second than your winner off pit road. Now James Thurston has the race lead on a 14-lap-old set of tire. He's definitely running a much different strategy compared to those behind him. And for the number 4, it looks like he's going to end this experiment, take it down to the bottom, just like that. Going to go down to the commitment cone and make it in. Thurston pits. Henry Kaloff does not. Now with 1 lap to go before the race gets back on its way, the 35th lap of racing will be the site of your 4th restart. Only retirees as it stands are Alex Jones and Dylan Poss. River Page 13 laps down now, going to be on pit road again. Andrew Coody's 4 laps down, and it looks like Dustin Pickle coming down to pit road again, 3 laps down as we speak. Hunter Bogdan is 2 laps down, and Anthony Trippi is as well, and as James Thurston makes his way out, he'll get a new set of Goodyear rubber, take the bonus point for leading a lap, get back on his way, clawing through the field. Thurston said about last week that he felt that he had a chance to get it done if he didn't make the mistake on pit strategy that he did, pitting early. Unfortunately for him, it did not work. Now, tonight, there's a chance to get it done yet again. From the back of the field to the front, he'll have to do it for the second time. Have to find out if that's even possible with a field still 20-plus drivers strong. Now with the 23 of Ethan Workman out in the front of the field, Henry Kaloff going to be just beside him. It's the 63, the 23, first and second. Jackson Carr there in third, Jacob Wilkerson in fourth, and Alexander Balderas now going to be scored in fifth. Molina makes up the 6th spot with Michael Deitch in 7th, Joey Stone is 8th, and Kyle Freeman is in 9th. Penny Reel rounds out the top 10 as the 35th lap of competition is about to get on its way. Here we go again, led by the number 23, the green flag gonna fly with the 4th restart of the day in play. Henry Kaloff going to be able to lead him in nice and smooth as they come through turns 1 and 2. Number 63 machine has the advantage as they make it out of the first 2 corners. Alexander Balderas goes around. Number 95 is going to go through. Looks like multiple drivers in as well. Thurston makes it out. Matthew Brower doesn't. And it's a huge wreck again. Caution will fly. Balderas and the Adobe Creative Cloud machine. A huge chunk taken out of his front end, and that's going to be disastrous for any chance to take this race win home. Instant replay will show you yet again. Balderas caught up in the act very early in the going. Let's find out just why that is the case. Looks like Michael Deitch taps Balderas, sends him around, then takes Matthew Brower with them. Both drivers have a chunk taken out of their machinery, 2 Camaros, 2 big hits, and it looks like Michael Deitch, for the most part, able to get out unscathed in the number 57. He finds himself scored in 9th right now. Let's take an instant replay and see what just happened from his perspective. And with the number 57 right behind Balderas, trying to get a run on him. Looks like Throttle going to get loose there. Deitch going to end up in him and hooks him. Just like that, a huge wreck ensues. Michael Deitch involved with Alexander Balderas. That will bring out the caution yet again. That's the 5th time in this race. Just like that, Michael Deitch, Alexander Balderas, and Matthew Brower involved in your 5th wreck. As we send it back to the live feed here, Michael Deitch going to be now in the back of the field alone, but Henry Kaloff going to take it down to pit road after leading a lap. Able to get it done, solidly getting that advantage through the first few corners. Caution flies, and it looks like it resets his strategy yet again. Now, Balderas following him, so is James Thurston. Jacob Wilkerson and the majority of the field choose not to go. They'll stay out on the track regardless. Up in the front of the field, it is going to be Jacob Wilkerson up in front. Then it's going to be Ethan Workman, position number 2. Then going to be Max Molina, Joey Stone 4th, Jackson Carr there in 5th. Penny Reel going to be in the 6th spot with Joseph Lewis in 7th, and Michael Deitch going to be there in 8th with Kyle Freeman in the 9th spot. Ross Corlett rounds out your top 10 as we speak, and it looks like for most drivers, they're on a 4-lap tire run. Looks like the pit road has not been all too popular ever since the beginning of this race. Now, one stop for most competitors. Maybe we'll see a bit more as the race goes on, but for the most part, it's been very, very calm. Only most drivers coming in for damage. As we speak, Dustin Pickle back on the way, 1 lap down. Alexander Balderas, James Thurston, Xander Prestige, Chance Parker, and Matthew Brower all going to be on their way. to pit road, hopefully be on their way out momentarily. Big damage for the 73, running very well early in the going, but now closer to our halfway marker, he might not be able to make it home. Anything worth competing for the win. Heartbreaker for sure. First time we've seen him up front since last season, as he still chases his very first FORL Cup Series victory. Jacob Wilkerson going to be side by side with Ethan Workman this time through. Max Molina going to be third, with Joey Stone at fourth and GAVINCAR there in fifth. Hearing word that NARS grabbing their first sponsorship of the season, and NARS a brand new series coming courtesy of Fisher Studios on Friday nights here on FTN starting in September. Going to be great to watch that series blossom with their first season of contention coming just a month away. We'd love to have you there on Friday nights as you are here on Wednesdays. And if when it comes to eNASCAR action, if you'd love to hear about all the latest sim racing news in the eNASCAR and iRacing sphere, join the official eNASCAR newsletter with the QR on your screen right now. Scan the QR code for all official information and updated insider access to the eNASCAR scene, courtesy of eNASCAR and iRacing, partnering with one another to bring you the best sim racing on the market with the iRacing platform. If you'd love to learn more about iRacing, visit their website iRacing.com today and sign up for the eNASCAR newsletter to learn more about what it takes to compete here on the iRacing sphere. And with Jacob Wilkerson being a solid competitor all season long, the rise of the rookies, it's been like that since the beginning. Workman for DeHub Motorsport in the second spot. Jacob Wilkerson, first position for PBR. Both first season contenders looking to make it a chance at the championship. A victory here would be major for both drivers as the fifth restart of the day is underway. And with Jacob Wilkerson now taking that lead yet again, he's got Workman and Molina right behind him. Joey Stone going to be able to get up into fourth here, making a lot of time up with more competitors slowly but surely fading out of the view. Jackson Carr going to see that Kyle Freeman's working on the bottom side, and Freeman as of recent looking better and better as a driver in the FORL Cup Series. Tonight, in the number 29 machine, he's looking to get it done yet again up in the front. His best finish this season, a third place finish at Phoenix, and it looks like Hayden Bailey around. That will bring out the caution. Single car spin, and he continues to spin on the grass. Further trouble for the number 60. As we take an instant replay to find out what caused this wreck, looks like Caden Bailey. Go see Brandon Rismiller go around. Rismiller does not hit James Thurston, and it's going to be multiple single car spins, then taking out Hunter Bogdan. But the caution not thrown at that point. Then you'll see Caden Bailey up in the 17th spot. He'll spin and almost hits a few of the drivers, and that's what brings out your caution, with James Thurston darting down to the grass to avoid it. Number 60 going to be in continued trouble as he spins yet again. Looks like he's able to thankfully break out of the cycle, but he does have some minor damage on the right side to keep an eye out for the entirety of this race. Wilkerson leads. He's got that advantage yet again as the sixth caution of the night comes out 41 laps in. And with the night sky in full effect, the sun is entirely set. It is all up to the number 43 of Jacob Wilkerson as we speak. He's controlled the race for the good majority of it. He's had certain competitors come and go, say Matthew Brower, Ethan Workman now, Max Molina, Sean Rowe, but for the most part, he's been able to fend them off entirely and keep himself up at the front. Going to try to keep doing that for the remainder of this race. Number 41, the lap that we just hit, only a few laps away, 10 laps to be exact from the halfway marker, and we'll do it all over again. First part of this race has been calm in regard to strategy, but we've seen our fair share of incidents. Only 18 drivers remain on the lead lap. Brandon Rismiller now 1 lap down. Matthew Brower and Alexander Balderas retired. They're both 4 laps down, with Hunter Bogdan, Anthony Trippi, River Page, Alex Jones, and Dylan Poss all at least 5 laps down. at the moment. Major losses in terms of laps, but still, drivers such as Bogdan are still on the circuit, and it looks like he's down on pit road getting more damage repaired as we speak. Rippy going to be back on the track, 7 laps down, getting more laps back. River Page is still going 16 laps down, and Alex Jones going to be 22 laps adrift. He's still on the track, but you can see the damage is still major. Slightly crab walking that 0.45. Does not look like there's much speed left there. Slowly but surely makes it across the track. Now, Wilkerson's got Workman behind him, and it looks like for the most part, drivers on the lead lap have not gone down a pit road, save for what appears to be Dustin Pickle. Pickle's now going to be working his way down and in. Chance Parker as well. He's got Caden Bailey and Xander Prestige to keep him company. James Thurston struggling tonight, 18th position, still down on pit road, getting some damage repaired. Wilkerson has the advantage. Most of his competitors tonight have not been able to keep up. Still begs the question, can Ethan Workman keep the momentum and have another red-hot finish that might come out to a win? Could be tonight. He's still chasing that first victory of the season of his young career in this league, and after a promising start in Gateway, looking to go back-to-back with successful runs, this could be the first where he takes home the checkered flag. Wilkerson very close to winning last week, but with only 5 laps to go, came down to pit road, and it became a battle between his teammates, Sean Rowe and Max Molina, to have a dogfight until the end. And now, drivers going to be choosing at the start-finish line with 1 lap to green. Wilkerson going to be first, Max Molina going to be second, then Ethan Workman fades back to third with Joey Stone there in fourth. Kyle Freeman remains in the 6th spot right now, still looking very competitive tonight. The best he looked in quite a while in that number 29 machine, and hopes to hold on for a possible chance at a top 3 yet again. His first podium in over a season and a half came last time we went to Phoenix. Wasn't a championship race this season, that will be Homestead, but Phoenix, the site of the Season 2 championship and the Season 1 championship, saw Kyle Freeman, your inaugural champion, come back into championship form for a podium finish in a very chaotic race. Tonight's been pretty chaotic as well. The big thing about everyone up in front right now, they've all been able to stay out on the track and keep their cars clean. That's been the most important part of strategy today. And it looks like for James Thurston, with even quite a bit of damage, he's still on the lead lap, chasing extra bonus points. 18 drivers from the front to the back on the lead lap, and they're getting ready to go at it yet again as we come through to the start-finish line for one more restart. Restart number 6, 43 laps in. Let's get the green flag racing back in order. Wilkerson, Molina, first and second, and the green flag will fly. Just like that, we're back racing here in Fontana. Jacob Wilkerson going to be able to take the lead yet again with Max Molina not too far behind. The side-by-side battle brews between both Jackson Carr and Joey Stone. Going to be Kyle Freeman and Sean Rowe side-by-side as well. Rowe's going to see that Kyle Freeman drives way up high. Going to use that third group to try to make it around Joey Stone, or at least begin the process of setting up that pass. Wilkerson yet again in the class of his own. He'll bring Max Molina there with them, and Workman in third as it stands. Going to keep Joey Stone at bay. Continues to defend on the bottom side now. Lets Joey Stone go up to the top. Jackson Carr going to be there in 5th on the bottom groove with Kyle Freeman now side by side with him. This is the battle for the top 5 between the 55 and the 29. Looks like Carr gets the clearance, as now the only side by side battle inside the top 5 is Joey Stone and Ethan Workman. Stone gets the better of Ethan that time through as he chases down your leaders. Now Molina free to go ahead and fight the top driver on the board, his own teammate, as Wilkerson begins to stretch out his lead yet again. Closing in on the back of the field, you'll see Michael Deitch in number 57 still going as he has River Page right in front of him, making it 3 wide. Deitch Page, and just on the top of them, Xander Prestige. And with Prestige all the way on the top, Michael Deitch still trying to race River Page here, as this is the battle for position number 13. Two drivers in the wall that time by. Ross Corlett going to be right there with Caden Bailey. And Deitch now sees James Thurston on his back bumper, slowly but surely making his way in to get inside the top 15. Chance Parker going to be battling with Xander Prestige this time through. And as they come around the final corner, number 1 machine almost in the wall yet again. It's been very close calls for the number 1 so far. Prestige, though, keeps it rolling without much trouble. 47 laps through, Jacob Wilkerson still leads him, but Max Molina is getting closer and now finds himself only 0.2 of a second away from your race leader. Coming down to the stripe yet again to make it 48 laps, almost halfway into this show, and the number 45 machine now going to drop down to the bottom to take the race lead. Just barely has an inch down on that bottom groove just to make sure that the Wilkerson machine does not go down there and force himself to clear. Molina now going to see Joey Stone go down to the bottom side too. The number 8 machine going to take the draft, and now Joey Stone going to be there in the second spot. One driver going to be in the grass. That looked to be Ross Corlett. He'll save it, but Kenny Reel is in trouble. And now Reel going to be able to pick it off the grass himself and keep going in the number 11. Wilkerson still has the race lead with Molina and Joey Stone side by side. Ethan Workman going to get just so close to passing the 8, but Joey Stone going to block him and keep himself there just ahead of third. Now side by side yet again, Sean Rowe and Kyle Freeman. Freeman continuing yet another very strong run in his number 29 machine. Freeman keeps himself there within the top 5 and now going to have to pounce on Ethan Workman. Continuing to defend, Kyle Freeman doing a fantastic job, the youngest driver in this league, the first champion in it. Now putting together yet another solid run, developing more as a driver. As the field has gotten stronger in this league, so has he, and now putting together another top 5 performance on pace. Something to behold. Kyle Freeman, as the FORL Cup Series has grown, so has he. Joey Stone going to drop down to the bottom side this time through. That's going to put him inside the second position yet again. Max Molina going to have to use that momentum to keep himself just ahead. Get the spot back and have it cleared, as Wilkerson now has a 1/4 of a second advantage as they come to lap number 50. Next time by, halfway marker, and we'll only have 50 more laps to settle this race in Auto Club. Down to the bottom, Jacob Wilkerson takes that lead yet again, keeps it this time through, and Molina sees 2x2 action, 2 rows deep, just behind. Take a look on board with your second place driver. Joey Stone going to lunge it in this time through, trying to make something work on that bottom side. As we take a close-up angle on his pursuit of the pass, he gets to the quarter panel, does have an inch on it. It'll be side by side as they come through the front stretch. Joey Stone going to be down on the bottom with Max Molina there on the high side. Advantage going to be to Joey Stone through the corner, but if Molina has that momentum, he'll be able to get by once again. Powering through, the 8 machine does. Now it's rookies 1-2, Wilkerson and Stone. For the most part, these two have been the most successful rookies all season long, battling for the victory at Phoenix. And now Joey Stone looking to get it done. This time he wants to take the win, and if he can get it done, tonight might be one of the best opportunities. Very fast track, close, connected racing, but for the most part, it's been Jacob Wilkerson with a leg up on everyone. It's just going to be a matter of time until someone finds out his secrets of the system, as we now only have a total of 49 laps remaining. It's going to be Joey Stone on the bottom groove, yet again, making minor gains, slowly but surely getting himself up to the leader, trying to make that pass up in front. Jacob Wilkerson's on board is clean, smooth sailing ahead. Got to worry about that rear view mirror, though, as you can see Joey Stone right there behind him. He's slowly but surely getting closer to that back bumper. Riding on board with Joey Stone this time through, you'll see a much different perspective. He does have Max Molina right there on the bumper already, and he's got a huge run on Wilkerson. Where does Jacob go? He'll have to go up high as he gets tapped. And number 8 machine now beginning to put on the pressure. trying to get the fight on here. The number 8 machine is putting on that pressure. That's the first step to trying to make a pass. He had the run that time by, and Wilkerson now going to let him go up high. But the big goal is to get down to the bottom and try to slide through in the corner like what he did to Max Molina just a few laps ago. Wilkerson is still clear all ahead. Joey Stone, not so much. He's got the leader just a few tenths before start-finish line. And now as they come through the stripe, Jacob Wilkerson, still your race leader, has a 5-car pack just behind. Joey Stone going to go to the high side this time through and make something different work. Max Molina going to try to make it a groove lower. He'll stick it there. Joey Stone opts to do something differently. And now it looks like he's got a good enough run to go down to the bottom side and take the race lead. Joey Stone working his way down to the low line, takes the race lead. Position number 1 is his as he tries to lead his very first career lap in the FORL Cup Series. He'll have to clear Jacob Wilkerson of all people to do just that. Coming down to the stripe this time through, Jacob Wilkerson maintains the advantage, but only just. Now it's going to be Joey Stone fighting hard to get back up in front. He's had a taste of the lead, and now he wants to get back up there yet again, but he'll get slotted out to the outside line. Max Molina takes the top spot back in terms of the battle outside the lead, but it looks like Joey Stone uses that momentum to get back in the proper placement to keep on fighting for the top position. Joey Stone in the second spot, leads for the first time in his FORL career. Now the goal is to lead a lap. He was close to doing it last time by, not able to make it work. Now he'll have to fight for it all over again with Stone in second on that back bumper. We'll see what he does this time through as he's close to making a lunge in. Does he fake for it or does he go? Looks like he will not do either. He'll stay right in tow. Does not make any advances. He'll let Jacob Wilkerson have his own line going into the corner, and he'll have to work his way through this time by with all he's got. Joey Stone going to be in a second spot yet again, trying to get that run. Does he go down to the bottom early? No. He'll let Jacob Wilkerson do the exact same procedure. Take it down to the bottom first, let him use that draft to his advantage, and now the front stretch where it's at. Every driver in the leading placements, they're all there, looking to get that race lead as well. Joey Stone, the closest driver to it, with Max Molina third, Ethan Workman fourth, and Sean Rowe there in fifth. You'll see Jackson Carr in the sixth spot too. He's trying to make something work. He's been in the back end of this leading pack for quite some time now. He's been able to stay just within the reach of the drivers ahead, and now with only a few tenths of a second separating him and the podium, maybe Jackson Carr gets it done for the boss man, and or Zach Todriff as the Todd looks on in the Paintbrush54 200. Wilkerson leads, Joey Stone still second, and Ethan Workman now going to be trying to get to the back bumper of Max Molina, making something work for the third spot. We might see a battle brewing there as well. Top drivers going to be in the front of the field, of course, staying the way they've been. We'll take a look to the back as there are some fierce battles side by side. Andrew Cootie going to be with Michael Deitch as it stands. The battle camera will show you the leading drivers as we look throughout the field. There's more than one battle going on right now, that's for certain. As you can see now, James Thurston and Andrew Cootie going side by side, but not for the lead. They're fighting now for position number 13. Up in the back of the pack. It's not been their day so far as the number 4 machine goes down to a low groove. Strategy has not been in their favor. Of course, Thurston does indeed have some damage. Had a bit more trouble up in front than most, as you'll see side by side for the race lead yet again. Take a look at Joey Stone leading the way now in the number 8 new race leader, with Jacob Wilkerson second and Max Molina there in third. Going to be the number 8 machine taking that lead. He's got it out in front now. He's got Jackson Carr down to the bottom groove. Hills slot up as well, and now the number 8 looking to lead his first career lap in the FORL Cup Series. This is where the hype has been for the kick streaming machine, looking to make this gain, get up in front, get a win. This is one of the first steps, and at the same time, one of the final steps. Leading his first career lap, Joey Stone and the rookies have continued their domination. Jacob Wilkerson now goes out of the bottom side. He's still racing the number 8 as hard as he can. Take a look on board with Joey Stone here and see what the 43 has planned next. And Wilkerson's going to stay in the back bumper there of your new race leader. 60 laps in, 41 laps to go, and time is running out. Wilkerson going to lunge in yet again, quarter panel to quarter panel. These drivers might have less experience than most, but it has been evident all season long they've had a lot of speed, and they've been at the front of the field almost every race of the season. Wilkerson with 2 wins already. Joey Stone might not have any, but he has gotten a podium position just behind Jacob Wilkerson before. The only man that stood in his way for a race win was that number 43. Both drivers, while new to the series, have been phenomenal, and even Max Molina, your defending champion, knows it as well. The lead battle going to simmer down slightly, so we'll take a look at the back of the field. Battles continue to brew, as you'll see Xander Prestige now with Chance Parker, as the race leading battle will be back on your frame with the FTN battle camera. More of the action in the same frame. You see now it's going to be the leaders going at it. Second spot's the most contested. That's going to be Jacob Wilkerson fading back to the bottom of this group, going even behind the Ethan Workman machine. Joey Stone leads with Max Molina not too far behind, as now Andrew Cootie tries to lead both Xander Prestige and Chance Parker all at once. 39 laps to go. It stays the same in the back of the field, but it looks like it is not staying the same in the front. Take a look back up ahead yet again. Now Max Molina's in second, looking for back-to-back victories. Getting it done last week. He got over that first major step to getting the championship this season. Now he's looking to solidify himself with a second victory and not have to worry about the rest of the regular season. Joey Stone still has the edge. 38 laps to go, this time by, and it is still held by Joey Stone. That race lead, lap number 63 this time through, with Molina second, Jacob Wilkerson then in third, and now side by side it'll be Wilkerson and Workman fighting for that final spot on the podium. As we swap back and forth, the FTN instant battle camera going to be shown on the screen whenever we look past the leaders. You can see side by side yet again for a second here, but your leading driver stays up ahead. As it stands, this is the closest battle on the racing circuit though, so we'll stay with it here, as with 38 laps to go, coming to 37, Molina gonna almost get contact from Ethan Workman, as Workman works up the track and finds himself very loose, almost making contact as he now runs side by side with Sean Rowe. Up ahead, Joey Stone's got that lead as they're side by side in the second pack. Now, Kyle Freeman and Ross Corlett battling for the 7th position, looking very close, maybe a bit too close for comfort, as the number 91 battles with the league's very first champion. They're both fighting just outside the top 5. And for Ross Corlett, it's a good rebound race after a not-so-strong performance in St. Louis. Gateway was not nice to him at all. Now looking to get back on the right foot. His best finish this season is a second-place finish as well. Found himself runner-up at the end of the race in Sonoma. A major fight between him, Andrew Cootie, and Sean Rowe for the race win, but eventually it was the number 9 machine of Cootie winning the second race of the season for the second season in a row. Now Ross Corlett slowly but surely extending his gap ahead of Kyle Freeman. The leading battle continues as Joey Stone's now going to be side by side with Jacob Wilkerson all over again. Going to be a leaders 2 wide, make it 3 wide. Max Molina pulls down to the bottom groove, and now he's going to try to take the race lead, but to no avail. PBR teams up on Joey Stone, and now the number 8 machine finds himself out of the front spot. Joseph Lewis in trouble. He'll go down to pit road, and Michael Deitch does too. They're going to come in first, and this is your first green flag pit cycle of the night. Now we might see another with the leaders involved. Joey Stone loses the lead and he wants it back immediately. Number 8 machine drives down to the bottom side. He'll lunge it in. He'll take it right back. New race leader just after the 43 takes it. Joey Stone gets it back in the top spot. Just like that, the number 8 machine's got the lead in the red, white, blue kick streaming machine. He keeps Jacob Wilkerson at bay, keeps Max Molina just behind him as well, and now with the race lead up and down, pit road becoming more active. Kyle Freeman makes his way in. He'll come in from the 10th spot on the running order, and now the leaders might have to think about coming in soon as well. 67 laps in, this race has gone green for over 30 laps of racing in this particular stint. That's about half the race that we've seen so far. One more pit stop going to be anticipated. This is the money stop. If you mess it up, you're all but out of this race. You gotta make sure this one counts. Wilkerson gonna go in and he'll take his PBR teammates in as well. Gonna be Wilkerson, Jackson Carr, Sean Rowe, all in the same strategy. This leaves Joey Stone, Max Molina, and Ethan Workman out to dry. It's a 3-on-3 up at the front of the field. Now, Wilkerson makes it through. He'll take Jackson Carr, the number 99 of Sean Rowe as well, as now we got a big change. 3 drivers choose to stay out, 3 drivers choose to go in, and eventually Joey Stone will have to make his way in from the race lead too. It's been his best race so far, but it ain't over. You want to win the race, you got to get it done with pit strategy too. And as they come through this time by, the Paintbrush54 200 will be decided on how this number 8 machine handles his pit stop. That time by, according to our metrics, Sean Rowe with the fastest pit stop of the 3 with a 43.9 second stop. Then Jackson Carr had a 44.5 second stop. But Jacob Wilkerson is in trouble. He's been on pit road for over a minute. This is going to all but end his chances of taking the race win. 69 laps in. It has been a nice run for the 43, but it looks like strategy is going to cost him yet again at the very end of the going. 32 laps to go. Joey Stone loses his biggest competitor in this race lead battle, but he still has to come down to pit road and face himself going down at 45 miles an hour. 2 drivers coming at once, the 45 and 23, both making it at the same time. Now Joey Stone stays out alone. He'll keep Henry Kaloff, Kenny Reel, James Thurston, Dana Prestige, and Caden Bailey out on the track with them. As it stands though, Sean Rowe is your effective race leader according to our timing and scoring. He's the winner off pit road overall, and he has his teammate of Jackson Carr to back him up, just a 1/10 of a second behind. Stone will have to come into pit road this time through to make it work out. He'll drop down to the bottom this time by. This is the money stop. Joey Stone's in. Let's see how this pit stop rolls out. As you'll see the bottle camera on the bottom right of your screen, this is the money stop. We'll keep an eye on it. As you see now, James Thurston on your frame. He's getting through right now in the Power Smash Infinity Speed Machine. And for PSISM, he's trying to get it up to the front of the field as he currently finds himself scored in position number 3. Race leader going to be Henry Kaloff with Kenny Reel there in second. More drivers coming down to pit road. Kaloff is your race leader though. Kenny Reel not too far behind, trying to take the race lead from him. And James Thurston remains in third with Caden Bailey in the 4th position. Joey Stone still has to get out of pit road this time by with a minor advantage there on Sean Rowe. That pit stop is going to be a 44.5. Quick, but is it quick enough? It might not be. Sean Rowe's coming through the front stretch right now, and Stone's got to move. It's 1 second between the both of them. Number 99 machine coming into the frame, and it looks like for Joey Stone, they're almost side by side, but to no avail. He's got to get back on the power immediately. He finds himself right there with Jackson Carr. It's a good stop, but not a great one. He finds himself effectively scored in 3rd. He's still with the leaders, but he lost a bit of time and loses the lead, stretching out his run a bit too long, and the pit stop was slower than that of Sean Rowe by 0.6 of a second. That's the difference between him being behind Jackson Carr compared to being in front of him. Might not sound like a big deal, but in this situation, when there's so little time remaining, that is huge. It is now the driver of the number 99, Sean Rowe, still out on the track as your effective race leader. He's got Jackson Carr behind him, and Joey Stone now going to be behind the 2 PBR drivers up in the front of the field in the Paintbrush54 200. Kenny Reel still there on the track. He's leading the race right now, got the bonus points and all, but he has not yet came down to pit road for his final pit stop of the day. Looks like this time by will be not the time. He slows down just a bit, but he's got about 2 more laps in him until he comes down and gives up the lead, presumably to Caden Bailey and his number 60. Bailey right there, just out of frame of your race leader, finds himself even still on the podium, keeps himself in touching distance with the drivers who are on pit road. The reason is he comes right down there. Just like that, Bailey gonna surrender, leaving Kenny Real, the final driver, out on an old set. Jackson Carr chasing Sean Rowe, and it looks like now Rowe is breaking away and breaking away big. This pack behind is going to have to come together if they want any opportunity to make this happen. They faded back over a second now on your race leader. Sean Rowe is now side by side with Max Molina here. What's this going to mean, as Molina is not currently in the leading battle? They're racing side by side with your leading driver as the Bell South machine tucks in yet again. It might be teammates helping each other, surprisingly, and after what happened last week, it still looks like they're keeping it calm and collected, pulling each other away from the remainder of the field. Jackson Carr's got Ethan Workman, and Joey Stone looks to have nobody right now. Kyle Freeman, with some savvy pit strategy, gets himself up into 6th. Andrew Cootie finds himself all the way up into 7th. Definitely a good recovery for him. He was in the back of the field for almost the half of this race. Now, he'll have a chance to finish inside the top 5 if he can just get up to Kyle Freeman. Sean Rowe, now scored as your race leader with 26 laps remaining, has the advantage, is getting pulled away from Max Molina as the remainder of the pack behind him still is in shambles. They faded back a second and a half on your leading driver. It's Sean Rowe, Jackson Carr, Ethan Workman, and Joey Stone, the only 4 still in contention, and they're going to have to move if they want any opportunity to get this to work. Power gotta be down as a 3-car pack fights against a 2-car pack to take home the win. 25 laps remaining with 76 laps already in the books. You might say enough said and done, but I'll say that this is far from over. Now Max Molina going to be leaving Sean Rowe behind, and Workman now beginning to gain a bit more on your race leader. Just when it looked like the story was closed, looked like it would be a finished book. Sean Rowe taking it home, as predictable as it gets. Now Rowe's on his own. Molina's left him to dry, and he's got nobody. He'll have to defend as hard as he can with Ethan Workman, Joey Stone, and Jackson Carr all chasing him. What's similar about all 3 drivers behind him? What's exactly the same? They all don't have a win this season. They're chasing their first wins of the year, and as you can see on the back bumpers, they are all rookies. The rookie rise, it's 3 against 1. Sean Rowe against the new wave, and they're now right on the back bumper of your current race leader. It's Rowe, Workman, Joey Stone, Jackson Carr. All 4 of these drivers going to be going at it for the race lead, and Ethan Workman puts on the first move. Now they'll be side by side, coming down to the stripe. Workman's got a minor advantage here. The tires are beginning to be put to good work. Green flag racing is back in full swing as they're door banging with 23 to go. Ethan Workman, 23 laps to go, leads in the number 23 Toyota Camry. He's got a number 99 of Sean Rowe right on the high side there. They're side by side going through the back stretch, but now Rowe gets the advantage yet again. 22 laps to go. Coming up next, so we'll crank it up with the best cameras on the iRacing platform. Track cams for Gormans. Visit trackcams22.com for more information about the best cameras on iRacing as we crank it up uninterrupted with a fantastic leading battle. We'll be right back as we crank it up courtesy of trackcams22.com. And this battle has been fantastic. The Crank It Up, courtesy of Track Cams for Gormans, gives you a chance to hear it all uninterrupted, but now you'll see it all. This race lead, now held by Joey Stone, has been up in the air with 4 drivers all having an even chance at the checkered flag. Now Joey Stone's got the race lead with Sean Rowe there in second, Ethan Workman going to be in third with Jackson Carr there in fourth, Henry Kaloff going to be 12 seconds behind in the top 5 with Kyle Freeman there in 6th. This is the big picture. Joey Stone going for his first career victory in the number 8 machine. This could be the first time the number 8 sees victory lane, and where else to do it besides Fontana, California. Auto Club Speedway has been the host to some fantastic first race winners. Jimmy Johnson in 2002, the 7-time champion, today elected to the NASCAR Hall of Fame. He won his very first here at this track over 20 years ago. Trying to add to the legend of making fantastic winners, Joey Stone would love to get it done here and now, because with 17 laps to go, time is running out, and he's going to have to try to break the draft as the leaders begin to get closer to Max Molina. Then again, he's a PBR driver. We'll see if he plays ball with the Paintbrush Racers we're behind, namely Sean Rowe and Jackson Carr. This could become a team race at the end of the day. There's a possibility the number 8 machine gets in a gridlock. Got himself the edge right now, but we'll see if the number 45 decides to play any team games as he comes up on more lap machines. Jacob Wilkerson coming up soon as well. So is Caden Bailey. We'll see how nice the leaders are treated by these drivers who are not going to be on the lead lap much longer. Only 15 drivers on the lead lap right now. Going back to Max Molina, just a few tenths of a second ahead of your leading driver in Joey Stone. Second place going to be a battle in its own right with Sean Rowe and Ethan Workman. They're slowly but surely fading out of the view right now. And it looks like it could be the number 8 machine running away to the end. It's the number 99 working his way right down low. He's got himself the advantage as it stands when it comes to being in third, but Ethan Workman has him beat when it comes to the second spot. Now Joey Stone sees some pressure. He's got Molina on the bottom, of course now moved up to the top. See how Max Molina races him. It looks like he's still there side by side. Caden Bailey's coming up soon as well, and Molina's going to be driven up to the high side. And now the number 45 going to be much, much slower, giving Ethan Workman a chance to come back into this one too. Joey Stone still has the edge with only 14 laps remaining. Now it's going to be Caden Bailey. Bailey going to be nicer about this one. His number 60 machine will go up to the top side, not give any trouble, and now the race leader of Stone will be able to just get out of the way. Looks like Bailey almost got loose and turned him. Thankfully does not get involved as he stays up high and almost gets into another set of leaders, so looks like it's a close call twice over as your leading man of Joey Stone still has the edge. Andrew Cootie works his way down to the bottom this time through. The number 9 machine makes its way in cleanly, so it looks like it's going to be a strategy call as the number 8 and company come through yet again. Baker's dozen. Workman still in second. He's now got the number 45 of Max Molina working there with them. We'll see how long this lasts as Sean Rowe's now coming up as well, and Caden Bailey's now in the draft too, with Bailey finding himself up front for the first time all race long. Able to handle it so far as it's a much smaller pack than it was before when he got his damage and went 2 laps down. Currently finds himself 18th, watching the battle for lead involving multiple drivers who have never won in this series to this point. It's rookies racing rookies. That's how it goes here with a dozen remaining this time by, making an even dozen. Stone leads them through. Workman still getting help from Molina, and the number 45 machine, he is holding no punches. He will keep himself in this race as long as he can help out the drivers like the number 23. Now he goes up to the high side yet again. Gonna let himself breathe. Go back to the drafting once more. Stone has the advantage even still. That time by was only about a tenth of a second slower. We'll see whether or not Molina stays in this battle, because it looks like he still keeps himself with the 23. Not much competition. Of course, Sean Rowe not getting involved, and Caden Bailey laying back too. It's going to become a one-on-one. Ethan Workman, of course, in the second spot, and Joey Stone leading the way as we come to lap number 90 this time by. Make it 11 laps to go, with Molina going down to the bottom side, and Workman staying up top. And now it looks like Max Molina fading out of this battle. Sean Rowe gets by through and giving his blessing to Ethan Workman. Now it's time to see what this number 23's got. On the back bumper, does he make the move? Looks like this time he does not. Stone's going to have to stay calm about this one. He knows the pressure is on to get this race win. He's been classified and, of course, told by many that he's an eNASCAR Heat driver. Coming from the Xbox days as an eNASCAR Heat Series driver, a competitor there for many years, making the switch to iRacing full-time to become a streamer on the Kick platform. He's found some success on iRacing, but a win here in the FORL Cup Series would be big. And with 10 laps remaining, he knows this could be one of the crowning achievements of his already very fruitful eNASCAR career. Kyle Freeman, trouble down a pit road. He'll fade out of contention. It looks like he's going to come down to pit road a bit early here, not going to stretch it. That's the big thing about Joey Stone's strategy here. He can push as much as he wants. He went down to pit road later than anyone else, which means he does not have to save to get to the checkered flag. For Workman, it's going to be a close call. For Sean Rowe, it might not even be possible to have 24 laps on this stint already, and with 9 laps remaining, that's going to be out 32 laps at full-on power. It's going to be close, that's for certain, but he's going to have to keep on going if he wants any chance to break the winless drought. Now being given the blessing from Max Molina too, the 99 trying to get back up there with the number 23. Both of these drivers, while slower individually than Joey Stone, might have a chance to work together and get through to make it a race up in front. But the number 8 continues to pull away. And right now, the leading battle is slowly but surely dissipating. We'll see whether or not Molina can do anything about it. He's certainly trying to, but for Joey Stone, it just happens to be his race lead for now. 8 laps to go. This time by, he's winding down the laps time after time, and I'm sure if you look at his kick stream, which is, of course, going to be shown after the broadcast, we'll try to get a word with him. Love to hear his reaction after, but right now it must be intense. Tell you what, we'll give you the link to his kick stream if you want to watch on board right now in the chat room. Kick on Kick, you have to look up It's Sloppy Joe. We'll give you the username and then we'll give you the broadcast link directly. If you want to watch his onboard perspective, Joey Stone, with 7 laps to go this time by, leads by half a second, not to be outdone by Ethan Workman, now working side by side with Sean Rowe. And for Workman, it is incredibly impressive what this man's been able to put together in multiple successive weeks, finding himself yet again battling for the podium. And for Workman, it has come out of nowhere. Many drivers not necessarily anticipating him to be a major contender coming into the season, but he's proved many of these drivers wrong. Workman now has been a podium threat for the last 2 races in succession and certainly hopes to keep it that way as the final few rounds of the regular season, while still far ahead of us, you want to be set for then, get the points, get the wins, and keep yourself in close contention until it is all said and done. Joey Stone leads the way now at only 6 laps remaining. Here on FTN, the Paintbrush54 200 has been mainly dominated by Paintbrush Racing drivers, but Stone has been the only one to break through, get the draft. Now it is gone. It's a 7/10 of a second advantage. For Stone, you gotta do one thing in this situation, not wreck. Keep calm, keep collected, and keep them all behind you. As we keep a close-up drone shot on the number 8 machine, you'll see the difference and the distance is clear. Taking our ticker away from the screen for just a moment, you'll see how major that gap is now, the largest it's been for over 45 laps of hard-fought racing. Sean Rowe slowly but surely fading away from the distance. Ethan Workman is 2, and now the battle for second is the closest on the racing circuit. Now Caden Bailey looks on just beyond leaders. Michael Deitch down a pit road. He's going to come in as well. He's not going to risk it, and Stone has been able to pull away fantastically, making pit strategy work. Sean Rowe, he's in second, still in there with a chance, but he's risking the most by doing this, pushing as hard as he can. That number 99 machine has 29 laps on the stint at the moment, and with 4 laps to go, he's going to go down to about the 33rd lap on his run, which means he might be puttering at the line if he even gets there at all. Workman going to be trailing him now, using him as draft bait. They're going to be just within each other's reach, while Max Molina continues to fade out of the frame yet again. Jackson Carr now going to be in 4th. It is Henry Kaloff who is going to be in 5th. Kenny Reel is 6th, and Ross Corlett is in 7th. Henny looks to be safe to get a top 5 the way things are going. He has only 22 laps on his run, and he's going to be able to continue to push until the night is over. 3 laps to go. This time by, Joey Stone has the edge, and he's kept it for quite some time here. Maybe now he'll be able to break that winless drought and become another rookie, the 3rd of the season, to go to victory lane already in our 7th race of the championship. Workman now going to be side by side with Sean Rowe yet again. 98 laps in, and they're still fighting like it is the last, and for good reason. We're pretty damn close to it. Number 45 machine going to be out of the frame, and Max Molina, he'll let his teammate in Sean Rowe go back to the races here, as Jacob Wilkerson, their other teammate, will come down to pit road, and just like that, the 43's in one final time. Make it 2 laps to go, this time by with the 99th lap in effect. Ethan Workman there in 2nd, keeps himself just within touching distance of the battle behind, but all that remains is just everything coming down to whether or not Joey Stone makes a mistake. He's got the lead, he's got the distance, he has the control. The track as it stands, it is open, and it's his. We'll see whether or not there's a mistake made here as battles persist. Sean Rowe fades back even further, and he will opt to not risk it. He goes down to pit road with 1 lap to go. That will end his run, and it will promote other drivers as it looks like he even misses the stall there. He'll keep on driving as he loses an awful lot of time. But with our 100th lap on the way for Joey Stone, this is a landmark for the driver who came from the NASCAR scene during the quarantine days from the Xbox to the computer. He's been trying to make a name here on iRacing, and tonight a league victory in the FORL Cup Series with a stacked field here. It's going to be major. He's proved his doubters wrong. He's made a name for himself all over again as a pioneer on the kick streaming platform. I'm going to have to say it quite bluntly, not bad for a heat driver. Joey Stone takes his first career victory in the Paintbrush54 200, breaks the boundary, and he's got a league win in iRacing. How about that? Primetime Wednesday nights, and another rookie breaks through. The youth movement continues here in FORL. Stone wins over Ethan Workman in the 2nd spot, Henry Kaloff in 3rd, Jackson Carr in 4th. Your podium comprised entirely of rookies again. And celebratory bumps making it down to the line. Stone has to be ecstatic. That number 8 machine, he's been through it all this season already. So close to a victory in Phoenix. Has been wrecked multiple times over. Has seen strategy fall apart. But tonight, it all works out. And it looks like he's already set to burn down the house. And it looks like instead he will park it. The number 8 machine at the start-finish line, waiting for Andrew Cruy to get with them. It might just be a double burnout the way things are looking. Joey Stone backs it up. Keeps it just beyond the start-finish line. Max Molina saying it's a Joey Stone W, and that it is. Huge victory for the number 8. He's taking it all in as we speak. The emotions rushing through as he begins to burn it down. As he continues to get it all started here, we'll run through results momentarily. Joey Stone wins his first career race with Ethan Workman 2nd and Henry Kaloff in the 3rd spot. Jackson Carr comes home in 4th with Sean Rowe in 5th. Kenny Reel is 6th with Ross Corlett 7th and James Thurston then in 8th, the final man on the lead lap. It's Max Molina 9th and Andrew Cruy 10th with Dustin Pickle 11th and Chance Parker 12th. Alexander Prestige is 13th. Michael Deitch is 14th with Jacob Wilkerson, position number 15. Then it'll be Joseph Lewis, 16th. Tatum Bailey, 17th. Kyle Freeman, 18th. And Hunter Bogdan in the 19th spot with Anthony Trippi, position number 20. Brandon Rismiller, 21st. Matthew Brower in 22nd. River Page, 23rd. Alex Jones in 24th. And Dylan Poss, 25th. Alexander Balderas disqualified from the event with Bryce Hamrick and Joaquin Stewart, your race control, and Jason Beckman, the 29th registration, does not start the race. And as we come to the finish, the celebration has only begun. It is a big one for Joey Stone. And as he backs into the victory lane, Joey Stone's red, white, and blue kickstream machine continues the celebration. A special scheme in a special race as the number 8 grabs his first career victory. How about this for Joey Stone as he continues to burn it down, backing it in. We'll be right back after a brief promotional message from iRacing, and we'll have your top 3 interviews in just a moment. Stick around. We'd love to keep you here with the most exciting top 3 interviews, all rookies for the first time this season.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head to head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
The rookies stay on fire here in the FORL Cup Series as the interviewing room is set and your top 3 drivers are ready to come into the broadcast booth. And as always, we'll begin with another brand new race winner, Joey Stone to the number 8. Break the boundary, get it done, and the number 8 kickstream machine is for the first time a FORL Cup Series winner. How do you feel after this race?
Oh man, I still got a big smile on my face, man. That felt so good. You know, I knew I saw Auto Club on the schedule. I knew this was going to be a track that we could really go out there and do something really special. And for it to be the patriotic weekend, to have such a beautiful paint scheme. First and foremost, shout out to my good buddy, Toll Owen. You may know him as Tango Paints on Twitter. He does such an amazing job making paint schemes. Highly recommend him if anybody wants some custom stuff done. Dude certainly knows how to make a piece of art. But that was amazing, man. That was great. I'm just so happy we got our first win. Honestly, I wasn't expecting it to happen so soon. You know, we kind of came in here and we've had so much momentum since the start of the season, and we've just been getting better and better every single week. But, you know, it wasn't easy. We had to fight Ethan Workman. We had to fight Max Molina, Jacob Wilkerson, who's been great this season. We had to fight a lot of good guys out there tonight for this one. But it just feels so good to be in victory lane, man. But I got to correct you on something that someone in my chat said on the broadcast. I was on the PlayStation side of eNASCAR, not Xbox. Someone said that you mentioned I was on Xbox, but I was on PlayStation, but it's close enough.
Well, there we have it. That we were not aware of. I got to look back on my NASCAR history there. It kind of caught me by surprise, but either way, it's a big one coming over from the consoles. I was an Xbox guy myself. I think that's why I got it switched up. But coming here on iRacing with such fierce competition, and you're still out here winning, bringing home competitive runs, I got to say, it's got to be big to make that happen here, especially with the audience you have.
Yeah, it's huge. I know I'm not known for my iRacing stuff, and even every time I've tried to make an effort on it, somehow I always take a step back. It seems like, and I knew it was a good opportunity to join a league like this that's got some really good competition, and some of my good friends are in this league that are very fast at iRacing with certain combos. So I knew it wasn't going to be easy. I mean, you got Cootie, you got Wilkerson, you got a bunch of big names in here that just know how to race whatever you give them, and I knew that it was going to be a challenge, but we just kind of put our foot down. We practiced. We did what we had to do. We kept our foot in it, and it just all paid off. I miss seeing NASCAR on the console side, but I knew if I wanted to keep on racing and grow what I've been growing for a couple years, I had to get better at iRacing and just get faster. And I think it's finally paying off since we got the win here at Auto Club. Man, it just feels so great right now.
And it's a fantastic way to keep this rookie season on fire. And after Auto Club, Chicagoland is up next, going back to the mile and a halves. Can we see more of this winning way or get another solid run with the number 8?
If the field keeps it clean and we're out of trouble, I have no concern that this A car can't be up there fighting for a win. We're not only powered by Kick, which of course is my platform I stream on. Shout out to Kick for building such an amazing platform for me to continue my dreams of being a full-time streamer. Shout out to my community watching right now, and shout out to, of course, to FTN Channel Gaming, my esports organization. They're an incredible group of people over there. They believe in me every single day, and I think this is my first official points win going for a title with Ancient World. So this is definitely a really big deal for me. So just a great night overall.
How about this one? Joey Stone takes it in for the very first time, a winner in the FORL Cup Series. And is there anyone else you'd like to thank? Any final thoughts to wrap off the interview?
Of course, thank you to the broadcast team. Thank you to FORL for giving me a chance to run full-time for a championship. Shout out to my amazing Sloppy Nation watching in the chat right now. They are amazing. They gave me the confidence to come back and do full-time streaming. And shout out to Kick, Ancient World Gaming, Cutscene Sleep, Next Level Racing, all of our incredible partners for what they do for me, for believing in me. And really excited to keep this momentum going, man. Ready to go. This is only the beginning for me.
First time winner and another rookie gets it done. Joey Stone wins the Paintbrush54 200 and keeps Auto Club alive with a thrilling battle till the end. Thank you once again for your time.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
And there we have it. Joey Stone going to be on his way winning tonight for the first time. And Ethan Workman keeps that number 23 machine hot. Another podium contender, another win contender. And Workman, number 23, finishes 2.223 seconds off the checkered flag tonight. How was it up front?
Dude, the racing was so intense at the end between me, Joey, and Sean. Like, I didn't know what Sean's situation was about the fuel situation, but that whole run itself was fun. Like, just to run up front with some of these good guys for once.
And that finish, especially intense, came down to strategy, came down to the draft, came down to lap traffic too. All the factors coming in at once, and it must have been all about aggression there. Everyone turning it on. How was it for you managing that?
Oh, yeah. I didn't expect Joey himself to save all that stuff when, me and Ro were battling it out. I thought Joey was burning his stuff too, and I thought I had a shot. But those last, 6-7 laps, he just gained away from me and had those fresher tires. I mean, I gotta love the dude for winning, finally, I'd say in a long, long time.
And it was very, very high octane stuff there, and it looks like the 23 keeps the pace up. It looks like you've been quick very recently. Gateway up there contending for the podium, tonight contending for the win. Looks like you've got a lot of speed heading into our next race in Chicagoland. You think you can keep this momentum up?
Oh yeah, I definitely can. If it wasn't for those 2 netcode wrecks at 2 of those tracks I raced at, I probably would have gotten a top 10, top 5 at least in those finishes. But I believe I have almost all the momentum for these tracks coming up, because those tracks on that schedule, they're probably my favorite tracks.
And it looks like even more to come for the number 23, Ethan Workman, still red hot, comes home with another very solid finish. Second place, puts him on the podium here. Another rookie with the speed. Any final thoughts to wrap off this interview?
Dude, I would like to thank everybody from my team in the Hub Motorsports in this league, and I would like to thank Joey for a great win that he just got. I'm very proud of him, as he's a very good friend of mine, and I'm very proud of me getting P2 as well. And I would also like to thank Max Molina for making this wonderful paint scheme tonight.
And a lot to be proud of here for Ethan Workman, keeping the 23 up in front and coming home with the podium here in the Paintbrush 54 200, second place for the 23 Camry. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for the broadcast, man.
And there we have it, Ethan Workman going to be on the way. And for Henry Kaloff, he's been the big underdog story ever since this season began. And for the Underdog Racing podcast, of course, another group following underdogs. I think they like this kid in the number 63. Let's get him in right now. Henry Kaloff, first career podium, and you brought it home cleanly here at Auto Club. Number 63 comes home third. And it looks like finally able to get it done inside that podium. Great to be talking with you for, I believe, is the first time. How was it after 100 laps in Fontana?
It was certainly a rough race. I mean, the car was more stable than what I expected, although it bottomed out mostly in the corners. Just a great race, and finally some went my way.
And was able to keep it there on the strategy. That's what really got you up there at the end. Able to keep it calm and collected, according to your spotter, Michael Cormenis. He said, just kept going, did not worry, and kept the focus on. And that's eventually what led you to just barely beat out Jackson Carr there for the third spot. How was it managing tires, managing fuel? Because that's what it came down to. Very tight on strategy tonight.
Yeah, and I wasn't, downshifting at all. I was just trying to save my tires and try to conserve as much fuel as I could to, make it to the end, and it certainly paid off. I'm just kind of speechless right now.
It's a huge performance, and it looks like the momentum that you've had all season long brings you here for the first time. And I gotta say, with all this coming through, do you think you can keep it up, keep it going for our next race in Chicagoland?
I haven't really raced there that much, but I have the SuperSpeedway circled, so we'll see how the season goes. Yeah.
And how about it? Either way, first career podium here, and it's going to be a big one to remember, getting it done in Auto Club. Third place, Henry Kaloff. Any final thoughts? Anyone else you'd like to thank to wrap this race off?
I'd like to thank my parents. They're really supportive of me, 100%. They have been since day one of iRacing, and I also want to thank Michael Cormenis for spying for me. He did a really great job, and also want to say hello to my friends on on Discord or in real life. Just thankful for everyone's support. If no one was supporting me, I wouldn't be doing this, but really grateful to be around great people.
And how about that? Henry Kaloff, the number 63, brings it home on the podium. Auto Club, third place here in the Paintbrush 54 200. Thank you for your time.
Yep.
And three rookies on the rise this season. All your top three. Henry Kaloff second. Ethan Workman, of course, going to make it up in a second. It's Henry Kaloff down to third. And Joey Stone gets it home for his first career victory in the FORL Cup Series, getting it done for the final laps. A fierce battle all the way, and the 8 machine brings home the checkered flag here in the Paintbrush 54 200. A great race with strategy and close racing all throughout, and we thank you all for watching this one in the Auto Club Speedway. Next Wednesday, we'll be back with the Chicagoland Speedway, another track that doesn't see all too much use in the real world, but every time we go to it virtually, Joliet, Illinois gives us something to remember. So be sure to stick around for next Wednesday. We'd love to have you there as well. And as always, for the FORL Cup Series, I've been your host, David Kreutz. Greatly appreciate your support tonight. If you enjoy the broadcast, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. From our studios to your homes, we thank you for watching the FORL Cup Series and the Paintbrush 54 200, and we hope to see you whenever we're live once again on FTN. Thank you all, and we hope you have a great night.